Welcome to HughVoices.com, the great reflection of you. I'm Bobby Marvin. I'm here with Cory McCray, member of the Baltimore City Board of Elections. What's going on today, Cory?
What's up, brother? How you doing, Bobby?
I'm all right. We out here at the Public Safety Training Center on Northern Parkway. Early voting. How are things going so far?
I think that the first day was pretty enthusiastic, with our city. Everybody energized about coming out. The second day is a little slow, but it's always expected. But all in all, I think the early voting is a great thing.
There was a little disappointment yesterday. I read reportedly, it was reported that 994 people cast their vote.
Right.
300,000 some odd people here in the city of Baltimore. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, at least I look at it like in a positive aspect. The 994 people that wanted to get out there and vote early, they did get that opportunity. And then we got to find things. This early voting is still new. 2 of the locations changed, and you got to think sometimes with the older people, they're set in meeting their neighbors at election day, standing in the line with their neighbors and just congregating and just doing some type of community atmosphere.
Since this is the first year of early voting, what did the Board of Elections do differently as far as getting the word out, encouraging Baltimoreans to vote?
Well, this is actually the second year of early voting, but the first year for the city.
Yeah.
And the big banners that was held across on the street light poles, they got that out. They sent out mailers, actually meeting people at the polls. Had the map on display. Anytime it was a forum or the League of Women's forums, it was always information about early voting.
Okay, and what about the young folks, Cory? You're a young gun out here yourself. Is there a high representation of young folks coming out?
Well, I hope that it's a high representation of young folks, because I know it's a lot of young people that put in a lot of work to get people out here to vote. We actually knocked on probably 3,000 doors and just encouraged people to early vote. Went to the forums, encouraged people to early vote. And it's a lot of people just keeping it in conversation with our friends, family members, and co-workers.
Cory, you went out there trying to get the word out to encourage people to vote. There's been a lot of talk that people aren't that enthusiastic about this election, and if you're not enthusiastic about the election, you won't be enthusiastic about voting. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that my thoughts is that it's our jobs as leaders, as a Bobby Marvin, a Cory McCray, whoever's out there that's in the community leaders, to actually engage in that conversation, push people to the next level, because everything happens at a grassroots level. We can't expect for the leaders or the people that our elected officials to always do everything. We actually have to pressure them or pressure our friends and family. So what I would tell the people that may have some type of voter apathy or disengage from the election process is that we're all affected by it. Politics surrounds us. If we want speed bumps on our roads, if we want to make sure that our wrecks stay open. So we're all affected by it, and we all need to get involved. We all need to get engaged. And for those that's out there voting, please take another family or friend to the poll. Make sure that you're take one,
What do you have to say to the individual who's sitting home, seeing the different campaign ads, seeing the literature and so forth? We have to sit to him who feel as though, hey, it doesn't affect me. They're not going to look out for me. I want a job. No one's going to help me. Well, you have to sit to that individual.
Well, it's a lot of them people out there too. It's a lot of people affected by the unemployment going on around there. So I totally understand where you're coming from. But not only do we have to get out there, just like we did in 2008, how we got out there, we got the vote out, and young people came out to vote. But we also have to pressure our legislators after we get out to vote. So getting out to vote is one component. Pressuring our legislators to get jobs on a local, state, and federal level is another component. Just look at all the great times when we look at all our great presidents, such as Abraham Lincoln, who had Frederick Douglass, JFK and Lyndon B. Johnson, who had Martin Luther King. Those people went from good politicians to great politicians due to the fact of the people that was pressuring them.
Okay, let's close out, Cory. But before we go, please put out there the early voting locations around the city so people will know.
Okay, you're gonna try to stump me, but I know that we're gonna name it's 5 early voting locations. They open from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. You got the one over there on the West Baltimore, which is Emerson High School. You got the one that we're standing right in front of, 3500 Northern Parkway, the police training facility. You have the one over Moravia Park Apartments over on Moravia Park Drive. You also have the League of Disabilities over there on Cold Spring Lane, and then you have the one in Southeast Baltimore, East Avenue, the parish.
Okay, any last words, Cory?
My last words would just be, please get out, early vote. If you don't like early voting, you have another option. You can absentee vote. If you don't like absentee voting, you can come out September 13th. But the object of it is to actually vote and just be engaged in the process.
Thank you for your time, Cory.
Perfect. Thanks again.
And thank you for watching HughVoices.com, the greater reflection of you.